Burn it down, no, no. Scene 2. Okay. Should pop that out actually. Hello everyone. Sorry, I'm just setting up some things here. SMK 13. What's happening, big dog? Jado, what's good, my beautiful man? Hey, I'm not that good at the moment in terms of, I pray that I'm not getting the flu. I had an awful sleep and it feels like I'm getting the flu, but the grays are out, the old age, the dad ship is showing, but I've got a beautiful haircut booked in tomorrow. So I'm going to go from homeless to homeowner tomorrow. How are we doing, guys? Hope you're doing well. I was just going to chuck some lo-fi on, actually. Just some lo-fi, non-copyright. I don't even know if it really matters, but whatever. How have you guys been going? How are your teams looking, more importantly? What are your trade plans? We've got team lists coming up. Very excited for team lists this week. I feel like there's some interesting things that could be happening. Got my team, so I've got my thingo up here. Am I missing something? I've got NRL. No, I'm pretty good. No, you're not. SMK, are you ranked 150? Sheesh. That's very good, mate. That is very, very good. Very nice. Very nice. That's huge, mate. Congratulations. It's getting to the crazy end of the season. Gosh, can I just say, this being my second Supercoach season, half a season of doing content, I'm so excited for next season because I just know certain things from this season that I didn't know from last seasons and even this season. The question is, do we not have enough cash already? Do we fade the 100k price rise or just cop it plus a around 18 number? Do we fade the 100k price rise? Wait, who are you talking about? Are you talking about Karapani? Is that what you're talking about? I've always said when you get in a cash cow, you're doing a two trade. So it's a trade in and it's a trade out. You're not trading in, paying Huss to keep him there. It's a two trade. So when you click that trade and confirm button, you're going from 11 to 9. You're going from 10 to 8 because eventually to gain that money from what he's made, if that's what you're trying to do, you're going to have to trade him out. But then on top of that, it's actually a 3 trade. Because when you eventually trade him out, you then have to bring someone else in as well. That's a premium. So, it's tough. It's tough. It's very tough. Well, all right, let's do this. Let's go over how I went. 3:51 p.m. So we still got about 5 to 10 minutes. Let's do this. Wait, why is that not showing? Oh, here we go. So I go 1,371. Actually, I did need to do one thing. I need to pop out this chat bar before we start. Did I just do that? I did. Cool. Just in case. Hey. Drag that down. Cool. So I go 1,370. Well, let's do this. Clap, 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 clap. Video started. Cool. 1,371. I go up 312 spots. Can't complain. It's getting to the point of the season where I feel like there has been so much cash generation, and I was speaking to this with about this with someone else. It's almost getting to the point where it feels like everyone's kind of got the same players, and that there's been so much cash generation that it's so hard to actually catch up. JC is out. Yeah, he got a... Wait, how do you know that? It doesn't even show team list for me on here. How do you know this? How do you know this? I'm fine with JC being out. It is what it is. I got Galvin anyway, who plays 17 and 18. Oh, Titans confirmed it. Yeah, I'm going to hold anyway. I don't want to waste the trade. Maybe we can. What we'll do today, right, is if there's any players you guys want to talk about that you are looking at trading out, who are the replacement picks for them? So I think we can go over 5-8 picks today as well. We can talk about who is the JC replacement if you wanted to go there. For me, I'm going to be holding predominantly because it's only a HIA. It's also, I don't really care about his break even. I think he's going to be one of the top scoring 5-8s. And even if he isn't a top scoring 5-8 in terms of being like 1-2, if he was 3-4, what's the point difference really going to be? Is it worth another trade? There was talk they were going to challenge because he actually passed the HIA. Yeah, I heard that. How are you doing, George K, by the way? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming on in, and thanks for chatting, most of all. Really appreciate you guys that are just here in general, but obviously shout outs to you guys that like having a bit of a yarn and a bit of a chat about it all. But yeah, so 1371 for me. I did one trade last week, which was Cleary to Hughes, which Hughes, points wise, played one of his weirdest and worst games, because if you look at the points there, I'll undo my trade. Actually, no, I'll just leave my trade. I have Fletcher Sharp. I'm going to Kiraz. Pretty obvious trade there. But I have Riley Smith and Sandon Smith. Very interesting that people are loading off on Sandon Smith when he plays 18 into West Tigers for memory. Sydney Roosters, West Tigers. Now, if the only reason I can think people are doing this is to get some cash, or if there's talks, which I don't know about yet, about Sam Walker being back next week, which could implicate Sandon Smith. You're looking at Jaden Brayley. Is Jaden Brayley the Newcastle Knights one? It is, right? Blake Brayley is the Sharks hooker, correct? Yeah. What we'll do today then is, after team lists, I'll just write it down. We'll look at replacement hookers. That sounded really, really bad, but we'll look at replacement hookers in the positions. And 5/8 for JC. Replacement hookers and 5/8. Cool. Please remind me if I forget. I don't think I will, though. But yeah, we'll wait on that and see how we go. Let me just bring this up here. Now, most importantly, everyone, how are you doing? How has your week been? How was your weekend? And are you psyched for Origin 3? I'm a Queensland fan. I just think no matter what, New South Wales are winning this game. I just can't see them losing. Only way I can see them losing is if Moses and Cleary is out. That's the only way. But yeah. Cool. Got that up. We find to go there. So yeah, because of other issues that have happened in my team, I actually had to hold on to Payne Haas because I got random double injuries with the Eero and I forget who else it was. So that made me hold on to Payne Haas, and that was mostly the luckiest and best hold I've done so far this season. 108, absolutely huge from this workhorse. TaylorMade. Terrell May just does what he does. He gets his 80. Very happy. Look, my FRF and 2RF is extremely stacked, and it's going to be a bit of a sit-start play. I've still got Hosking and Hubner that I can move. Hosking I want to use in round 18. If we actually look, yeah, I do have Galvin, who I've been very happy with actually in his last 1 or 2 games. So he better be playing this week. Why do you have a sad face? What does that mean? That scares me a lot. Oh, team lists are in. Let's go. All right, everyone. NRL team list, round 17. Let's get straight into it. No mucking about. Let's go. Panthers versus Bulldogs, Thursday, 7:50 p.m. at CommBank Stadium. This is going to be very, very interesting. Looking at it live now, we have Isaiah Yeo, Nathan Cleary, Brian To'o, Liam Martin, and Dylan Edwards all returning after being rested last week. This is going to be a cracker of the game, by the way. I think, don't say he's benched. Do not say to me Galvin is benched. Please, man. Please. Please, I can't. Don't spoil it. Scott Sorensen is out with Paul Alamotti, Dane Laurie, Matt Elsenhuth, and Trent Talau all make way for the Origin returners. This is going to be a cracker of a game. I'm really scared of actually trading in Kickow now in this game. I think... Geez, it's going to be super tough. I know he's just been dominant as of late. Them having a full strength team after 1 week of rest as well for the main Origin players here, or the Origin players in Penrith. After 2 wins in a row, they mostly still need this win. This is going to be a cracking Friday night game. If you have Thomas Jenkins and Casey McLean, it's going to be an interesting watch on this side because our boy Crichton will be there. In Bulldogs, Crichton, Max King, Kurt Mann, and Matt Burton are all back after missing the win over South on Blues duty. Jake Rose slides for the win. Lachlan Galvin reverts to the bench. Why? Why does he revert to the bench, dude? This ruins my whole week. How is Jaden Campbell 506? What is going on? Oh, God, man. This is... Who do I trade out here? Is it Galvin? 477,000? It's got to be Galvin here, right, that I'm trading out, yeah? I'm holding on to Campbell and trading Galvin? Is that the play? Oh, my God. Yeah, you're right. Locksov, he will cover 18. Anyway, let's continue. This really put a bit of a spanner in my works. I didn't expect that, especially after the way he's been playing. Win Garrick outside Turbo. Oh my God, don't say that. Do not say this. Guys, you're supposed to be looking at the team list with me, not against me. Tom Turbo has been moved to the center, and Lehigh Hopewadi will play fullback in a major positional switch. I think if they lose this game, Seabold gets fired from what I heard. Ruben Garrett goes out to the wing, and Jason Saab makes way. What? Hold on a second. I'm so confused right now. So Turbo's right center? Wait, Turbo's not left center? He's right center? Interesting. The loss of Olakau'atu brings Corey Waddell into the starting side, while veteran Matt Lodge is back in the pack. Jazz Tavaga starts at hooker. Okay. Heath Mason takes over at fullback from Buller, who faces 4 weeks out with a hamstring injury. Jerome Luai will play 5'8", and Latu Fino is the new halfback. Ooh, okay. This could be the 5'8" replacement. However, we need to look at some numbers from Fino. This is going to be very, very interesting. There's a lot of things to talk about here, but this is, so interesting to see here. So with Ola Kawatu out, obviously Turbo goes to the center. How much are they going to go right here? Very, very interesting. I wouldn't trade out either one, but I don't have the luxury of having many trades left. Okay, that's fair. I have at the moment 13. I don't know what that is in comparison to you. I have 13 trades left with a trade already done this week. You think that's left center? I'm gonna say it better be left center, because if he's right center, that makes no sense to me. But yeah. Knights versus Raiders. Jeez, my head is spinning after all this. It hasn't. I've done the first 2 games, my head's spinning. Veteran playmaker Jackson Hastings comes in for the luckless Fletcher Sharp, who ruptured his spleen. Whoa. And lacerated his kidney last week. I didn't know he ruptured his spleen. Jacob Saifidi will play his first game since round 11. Matt Croker to the bench. Greg Marju and Jack Hetherington are listed among the reserves. I think this is going to hurt Knights a lot, this out of Fletcher Sharp. He's just the core element of their attack. The support running he does as well is absolutely insane. And he's just got that spark about him. Yeah, I'm really, really scared now for this Knights team. It's going to be a very close watch. I want to see what Dylan Lucas's numbers are without Sharp as well. But yeah, I think the only person we can really have in this team from Knights is Dylan Lucas, and then maybe Bradman Best, but I'd just be going to say Dylan Lucas. You have 7 trades, but started this week with 10, so you've boosted and used 3. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so this is very interesting here. Raiders, Simi Sasaki comes into the starting side in place of Blues forward Hudson Young, who is being rested. Whoa, you are fuming. They're resting Hudson Young now? I mean, it's a smart rest because, whoa, did anyone trade in Hudson Young last week? Jeez, there are spanners in the works. So that means he's not only being rested this week, he misses out on next week, then could be rested again, which in turn would be against, so he'll miss 17, 18 against St. George. Then they have a bye. Oh my goodness. That's okay because the 19 bye would have been a rest game of Origin. I think you still hold for Para, Newcastle, St. George, Manly. But I think this gives people that didn't trade him in ample time, a huge amount of time to prep up and go, cool, I'll just trade in Hudson Young and round 20 now. Yeah, and Bostock owners, definitely right. Danny, how you doing, by the way? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for chatting, mate. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's absolutely insane, isn't it? That is what Supercoach can do to you. Now, if you are an owner, don't stress. It is what it is. It happens in Supercoach. You took a bit of a risk getting Hudson Young in early. He's still going to be in your team. Just pray he doesn't get injured in Origin, and you'll be fine. So don't stress. Hold him. You've got him in the team. It is what it is. These things happen, you know. But yeah, I did not expect that because he looked fine, but I guess, yeah, he needs to rest. So that is the Knights Raiders game. Jed Stewart's still in the team, of course. So if you've got him, that's a good look. Let's go Broncos Warriors, which is Saturday, 3 p.m. Beautiful time for a game. Suncorp Stadium. Reece Walsh is named, even having a bit of an injury cloud. Josiah Karapani. This is a very interesting talk as well. We'll get into that. Broncos coach Michael Maguire goes with the same 17 that got the job done against the Sharks. Selwyn Cobbo's listed among the reserves as he chases his first appearance since round 13. This could be due to maybe Walsh injury. Be very interested here to see if maybe Walsh is a late pullout due to injury and then Selwyn Cobbo comes into the team. So please pay attention to the late mail of this game. I think it'll be very, very important. The loss of DWZ ankle brings Ed Cozzy into the team while Rockerberry is back from a hamstring injury. Maroon Star Kurt Capewell returns after being rested. So Leka Halasima goes to the bench and Tanner Stowers-Smith goes to 18th man. Nothing crazy here. Very interesting to see Aaron Clark minutes here. If you're an Aaron Clark owner, you are absolutely cheering at the moment. I think with this game, we'll talk about Josh Karapani. I think you trading him in is a two-person trade, meaning that you're going to have to eventually trade him out. The break even is absolutely huge. If we look at him now, I'll just bring him up quickly for those that don't know, but he is a CTW 290,000 with negative 85 to his name against Warriors at Suncorp Stadium. Now, I think if you're someone that has 8, 9, 7 trades in the bank, you cannot do this trade. I think if you've got around 12 to 15, you can do it. The question is, who do you do it for? Is going from like Kyle McCarthy to Josiah Karapani really worth it? Most probably not. I think you need to go down from someone that is either injured and go up somewhere else. For me, I can't really do it. The only thing I can do here, which is kind of cool, is I can trade Hubner, swing Lucas up, and then bring Karapani in. But then that forces another reserve on my team. But then I could literally just bring in Garrick and then reserve Lucas. So there's some things we need to look at here. The projected change is 110,000. So that's a lot of money. But then you also have to trade him out for who, for what, when. There's a lot of ifs and buts. I think I'm leaning more towards not going there. There's not many rounds left. But if you do it, you're not making a huge risk, are you? So good luck with that. It's a very interesting topic, but yeah, I think for me personally, I can see that other people may need to do it, especially if they've got an injury riddled team, especially in the CDWs. At the moment, Luke Metcalf is like one of the go-to 5'8". I know a lot of people bought Ezra Mam a few weeks back. He's been doing great as well. Should be involved in the 5'8" talk when we get to that for replacements. If you are going over JC or even Galvin now, who's listed on the bench. I think there's a world where Karapani keeps the spot 100%, but you will never have him in the team, I think, over your Herbies, your Carrazes, your Lucases, etc. I also think there's a point now where we're close to fading on Asako. Like, is there a world where you go Asako out after the South game or soon before that? Soon after that, and then you free up that cash and prep up for the next round? That's something that you can obviously look at. But yeah, very, very interesting here. Payne Haas named again, not a sneaky little rest. That's good to see. So yeah, this will be a very interesting game. We'll see if Warriors bounce back or they go on a bit of a loss streak. We'll have to see. This is it, the rematch. I don't know if you watched the first game between these two teams, but it was an absolute cracker. Dragons versus Eels, Saturday, 5:30 p.m. at Wynn Stadium. Gutherson versus his old team. Lomax versus his old team. A lot of people have gone Lomax this week. I think they've even gone Lomax last week as well, or the week before. So what I'm trying to say is people have Lomax in their team already. This is someone who we need to start looking at getting. If we look at the draw for Parramatta as well, coming into round 18. So they've got St. George into a bye, into Penrith, which will have likely resting players, Canberra, Broncos, Melbourne, North Queensland, South Sydney. So the draw is a bit up and down. The way Melbourne's playing at the moment, they can give up some points here and there, but it's not the best of the best. I think personally, if you don't have one of these premium centers, the one you go to now is Carraz, because they play 17, they play 18, then they have North Queensland, St. George, Manly, West Tigers, New Zealand. Like the run for Bulldogs coming up now is really, really, really nice after this Penrith game. And I'm not saying Broncos are a bad team. I'm just saying they're a team that leaks a lot of points. So I just think this run coming up for Bulldogs is really nice. And I can see why people are going Kickout, because this is going to be absolutely huge for him. I think you could possibly wait on Kickout, maybe 1 or 2 more rounds. I also think I could be completely wrong in saying that. So if you are going him now, he's got the low break even. I think it's like 20. I don't know if Supercoach is like melted. But if we look, I think it's 27 or 29 his break even. 27 break even, 621,000. It's a very nice pick. We know what he can do on attack, and that will come for the Bulldogs against these teams in front of us. So do as you wish with that. Nothing else to really talk about. Christian Tuipulotu though. So wingers Corey Allen and Christian Tuipulotu returned from hamstring injury. So Christian Tuipulotu came back, got injured, re-injured the hamstring in the same game that he came back in. Now he comes back in again. I think it's 2 weeks later. Very interesting. I don't think he'll go there. Val Holmes is back on deck after missing the Sharks game on Origin duty. Hard-running back rower Jaden Sewer has been named to return, while Viliami Fafita comes in for his first NRL game on the bench. Sure. Loco Pacifici Tonga making way. Dylan Brown return from suspension. Scenes just Joash Papali revert to the bench. Jordan Samarani joins the starting side at centre. Will Penasivi serving a 3-game ban for a dangerous throw. Interesting. Papali fills the bench. So I would say nothing crazy here for St. George. I still think this will be a very high-scoring game. Obviously, no Moses. A lot of weight on Dylan Brown here. Dean Hawkins has been playing very impressively, taking over the spot of Moses, to be honest. I think this will be a high-scoring game, and I can see Lomax being a great pick this round. If you want to take the risk of it, because obviously he's going to play in an Origin game where he could get injured and he could be rested, that's completely up to you. But at least he's in your team, and this could be a game where he could easily go 100 to 140. So that, again, that is completely up to you. I completely respect if you're going Zach Lomax right now. Get him in the team. He might rest. He might miss 1 or 2 games, but he's a season keeper, and it's time to get the keepers in. Yeah, Holmes as well. Who's Jaden Sewer? He's a forward. He's a forward for Dragons. I don't think he's very, very Supercoach relevant, to be honest with you. But yeah. Dolphins versus Rabbitohs. So I think this is why Asako is still a hold at the moment. We know the points that the Dolphins can put on. I don't think this is going to be a 50-point game, but I expect Dolphins to score more than 18 points this game. Latrell Mitchell playing really good at the moment too, but let's see here what happens. The loss of Jack Bostock to an ACL injury brings Junior Tupou into the side for his first game since round 2. Josh Kerr has been recalled on the bench with last week's debutant Oblix Tawa dropping the reserves. Campbell Graham back and Cody Walker groin return. Sure. So the South gets a little boost here. I actually really like Jack Whiten in 5'8", to be honest with you. Jack Whiten shifts from 5'8" to centre, and Ewan Aiken returns to the back row. So if you're an Aiken owner, do I think Jed Stewart is a cash cow? Yeah, I do. I actually do think he is. Whether you want to go for a cash cow 9-10 rounds out from the end of fantasy, though, is another question. Jaden Sullivan is listed among the reserves as he looks to return from a calf injury. The inclusions have seen Ryan Gray and Liam LeBlanc make way. So big news here is mostly the Cody Walker's back. How cheap is Cody Walker, and do you want to take a risk on someone like him? Jeez, that would be crazy. 308,000 for Cody Walker. That is insanely cheap. Whoa. That is, look, I just think he's too injury riddled, but if you were desperate this season and you wanted to take the biggest risk of all time in 5'8" position with everything that's going on, I think it's Cody Walker. I think you just go, you know what? I'm going to go for this. If we look at South Shore just quickly, make sure I don't lead you into the worst thing possible. So they do have round 19 bye, but they have Dolphins, Manly away into a bye into Penrith, Sharks, Broncos. That's pretty tough. There's your trade. Don't do it. Exactly right. I don't think it's a trade. I'll take it back. I think looking at that draw, it's not a trade. But yeah, nothing else crazy here. I think you still hold on to Osako. Herbie Farnworth, this will be a really interesting match because he'll be up against Campbell Graham. Also, I just think this will be a halves battle. Colo's been playing phenomenal. So glad he didn't actually get badly injured and miss games. He's been absolutely huge. Tallis Duncan's also been putting in a lot of work. Have him on a watch list if there's someone you're looking at grabbing that's a bit pottish. But nothing really much else here, to be honest with you guys, in terms of South. Latrell Mitchell's a later play, in my opinion. But yeah, that's it here. So yeah, good luck. That'll be a pretty high scoring game, I reckon. Storm versus Sharks, cracker, round 17, 2 p.m. at Amy Park. Whoa, this could be a very interesting game. They seem to have close games, these guys, but don't really know how that is going to go. Sharks have been playing very weird footy. They seem to get leads and then lose them, or they seem to be losing and then come back and win against crap teams. Who is a direct swap for Hudson Young? I'll tell you right now. Kickow. If I had my screen open right now and you said to me, trade out Hudson Young, I'm sick to death that he's been rested, I'll give you who I'd go to. I'd go straight to either Aaron Clark or Kickow. That would be my two picks. And I wouldn't fault either of them. I think Kickow has higher ceiling, but he also has a lower floor. Whereas Clark, he just gets you that 60 to 80 and you're very happy with it. So that would be my two. All right. Xavier Coates returns after being rested last week. So Grant Anderson shifts to the centers and Jack Howarth is out. Blues prop Stefano Utokamanu and Maroons back rower Trent Loera will return to the starting side after coming from the bench. Sure. So no massive changes here. A lot of people going Grant this week. That'll be a very interesting watch because I'm not really wanting to. Yeah, Viliami kick out, correct. I haven't really been wanting to shift and change my hooker position too much. I can see people mostly going Sandon Smith straight across to Harry Grant. I can see that happening a lot, which is a fine trade. For me, I'm just not going to do it yet. I want to hold trades and see where it takes me. Sharks prop Oregon Kafusi returns after being laid out last week with a hamstring injury. So nothing really changing here for Sharks. The biggest thing is obviously, really, how many points is Hines going to get this game? AFB, he's still plugging away. It's more about their centers and their wingers. Talakai, this would be a huge watch if you bought Talakai last week. What is he going to do this game against them? I expect a bit of a different Storm team to come out, and I also expect this to be a bit of a lower scoring game, but we'll have to wait and see. Talakai will be a huge watch. Yep. Hello, Swish, by the way. Forgot to say hi. How you doing? Nothing else too much else going with the Sharks, to be honest with you. Maybe Sione Katoa. I'm very just curious to see like how Britton Nickera scores this game against a bit of tougher opposition. This will be a cracker of a game. Some people may go Blake Brayley in their hooker position based off what's happened now with the hookers. So that'll be an interesting watch. I think this hooker battle will be very, very cool. Harry Grant for me is just not a purchase at the moment. I just want to hold my trades and hooker is not the position I want to invest in over and over. Is that it? I'm tired, pardon me. Titans versus Cowboys. Oh my God, if you do not own Drinkwater like myself, this is the game I truly am scared of. AJ Brimson goes to fullback. Wait, AJ Brimson goes to fullback. Doesn't he have 5'8"? Please tell me I'm right. How do you spell this guy? Where's his name? Brimson. Oh, they don't, do they? Isn't he fullback? Or am I tripping? Oh, he's wing center 5'8". Oh, God. That is interesting. That actually piques my interest. So Gold Coast only have, they have the bye in round 18. Then they go to Broncos, West Tigers, New Zealand, Penrith. Yeah, that's something I wouldn't dive into, but it's also very interesting. AJ Brimson being at fullback. Des Hasler's pulled the trigger, especially with the injuries. Tom Weaver takes over halfback with Jaden Campbell head knock sitting out this week. Tino is back in the starting side. Cleese Haas reverts to the bench along Jacob Alick, Isaac Fa'asuamala'i, and Moeki Fotuaika. Sure. Sit and watch on Titans players. If you have Beau Fermor, this will be a great game. I think you'll have a very nice game. I wonder if he'll goal kick again, because if he does, it might be tough, because you might lose some points here and there. Who are must trades? I think Karaz is a must trade. And honestly, I just think it's getting one premium CTW, but out of all of them, I think it's Karaz. Jake Clifford earns a recall at 5'8" with Jackson Purgey. Oh, so you finally did it. Honestly, Todd Payton is the biggest spud I've ever met. Purdue finally goes back to center, where he was carving up all season, then gets randomly put into his, I know it's his, like, what he played as a kid, but geez, he wasn't very good there. And then now, boom, back in again. God help me. Carl Lawton is out while Kai O'Donnell and Thomas Duffy drop out. Okay. So Scott Drinkwater, this is the game where he has to go 120 plus, surely. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what Titans team turn up. Very, very interesting watch this game, but Cowboys have been playing absolutely horrible. Ola to Hopper via Jules. Very nice. I really like Hopperwadi this week. One of my big trades I think people should be getting in. Manly are versing West Tigers, then South Sydney. They play round 18. I think Hopperwadi is great. He's going to be in fullback. I think the team will know that they're sort of on the brink of, like, there could be axes being thrown. You're expecting a big change from Manly this week into a West Tigers team that has Buller out. They have been leaking a lot. They have been leaking a lot of points as well. So I really like the Hopperwadi play. That's who I've been trying to actually get in with Karaz, and I just haven't. I think I was 17,000 short. It really is annoying me. So yeah. I think I wouldn't say Hopperwadi is a must trade, but I think he's a very, very nice trade where you're like kind of sick to your stomach if you don't have him in your team. All right, guys, that is the team list run through. We're going to just go through quickly 5/8 who we think should be replacements if you are going to trade out. Now, I think personally, Campbell. Who should I get? Kikau or Lomax? Far out. I don't want to answer that. That is such a hard question. Oh, most really Kikau because he plays more games with the buys coming up and Origin. I'm going Asako to Karaz. Nice. If you do that, you are missing out on Dolphins versus South, but it could work out. All right. I think your replacements could easily be. I still like Luke Metcalf. If we look at the draw for the Warriors just quickly, they have bye coming up though in round 18, but then they have West Tigers, Newcastle, Gold Coast, Dolphins, then Bulldogs, St. George, Gold Coast. That is a ridiculous draw for the Warriors. That almost makes me want to go Metcalf after seeing that. No, I would definitely not move Tino out. No, I would not do that. The reason why I say no to that is because if you look at my team, I can cover Tino very easily. Like I've still got Hosking, I've got Colo, I've got Tarpanay, AFB. There's things I can do to cover Tino when he breaks out from Origin and has a rest. I didn't play Tino last week. He's just in here because I'm playing him literally this week. I don't think you move him out unless you have less front row forwards and it's not as backup heavy as me. And you're like, well, I need him. You would look at getting someone like a Kickow who then plays 17 and 18 so you can be there for that major buy and actually have someone. So yeah, I hope that helps you. But I just personally, if you have a nice team with good backup and good support to cover him, I just think he's a season keeper. But yeah, that's just me. That's just me. Yeah, so that's very interesting to me. That's a really nice run for Luke Metcalf. Really, really interesting, to be honest with you. Filter 5/8. So yeah, I actually, can you believe it? Can you believe it? I actually had Ethan Strange in my trades like 6 weeks ago, and 1 minute before the game I changed it back because it was a boost. I've actually done some really good trades, reversed them with 5 minutes ago, and they've absolutely exploded in my face because they would have been great. I wouldn't go Nicarima. I wouldn't go Dearden. I wouldn't go Chanel Harris-Tavita. I wouldn't go Brown. Brimson is interesting because he goes to fullback, but I don't think that will last too long, but I could be completely wrong. I think Campbell is a hold. Galvin is most probably is a hold because he plays next week. Geez, I really want to go Campbell to Metcalf, but that just feels so weird to me. But I was so excited for Jaden Campbell versus North Queensland. And I don't think there's too much left. Blaze, I can't trust. Luai, the only other one is maybe Fainu. Is that how you pronounce it? Latu Fainu gets in the starting side. 289,000. Huh? Hold on a second. I think I found something. Wait, that's very cheap. That is very cheap. Oh, God. I don't know how I feel about this. Starting. I think you're better off going Karapani over Latu Fainu. I know they're two different positions, but they're still kind of like a cash-making play. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Is Latu Fainu on your guys' radar? What are you thinking at the moment? Is anyone here actually going to be trading in Latu Fainu? It's a very, very interesting idea. But we shall see. We shall see. Let's go to the next one. What did we say? I wrote it down. Replacement hookers. All right, let's just go quickly and talk about some replacement hookers. Filter, go to the hooker position. Is Cameron McGuinness the highest scoring hooker? What the hell? So Blake Brayley is up there. I think Brayley is a good play, but this 97 feels so inflated to me. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. A lot of people trading out Sandon Smith. That is not really understandable to me because unless, again, you've heard something else, they're playing next week against Tigers. That's round 18. They play the major bye. Very, very nice. I think Connor Watson is definitely someone you need to look at after Origin. And for me, I think I personally want to look at getting Connor Watson in after Origin is finished. That might be my hooker to finish the season, or it's just Harry Grant. But I really like what Connor Watson does as a player as well. He can facilitate multiple roles. And I think if we look at the draw, they have St. George, or let's go, if he backs up, he'll have St. George, Sharks, Melbourne, Manly, Dolphins, Bulldogs, Para, Melbourne. So not crazy good. Brimson played well at fullback against Broncos, but had a bad night at FB against Eels. He's playing fullback the last two games because Foreign is back at 5/8. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. very interesting, isn't it? If it was 5'8" fullback, I would have done it, but I would have been close to doing it, I should say. Chris Randall's also someone that you need to mention in your hookers. -10 break even. Has actually been playing very, very well. 51 and what's this? 97. Really, really nice. Yeah, this guy is someone that's randomly putting up some numbers. The problem is they have a bye coming up. Not this round, next round. So you need to just be prepared for that. And I wouldn't look at any other hookers. I have Riley Smith in my team. He might just sit there. I don't know if I really want to move too much, but yeah. See how that all goes. Harry Grant, so cheap. If you're going him now, I completely understand. It's not terrible, JC to Fainu, but I'd want JC back. It doesn't work for my team. I have Metcalf, Galvin, LKT, and can't afford the trade. That is 100% fair. One thing we should look at is, right, okay, so JC will come back. He's going to miss this week, then have a bye, then come into Broncos, West Tigers, New Zealand, Penrith South Sharks, New Zealand Dolphins, and then West Tigers. So yeah, I think you're right. I think he's a hold. I'll hold Galvin for 18. I'll take whatever score Galvin gives me this week. It might drop out. He might come on early and still get 40 to 50 points. It is what it is. But yeah, I really want to also try and get Hopewadi in. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'll figure it out. Harry Grant seems to be the guy that everyone gets in. How do you look at the trades? Is it here, right? So the biggest trade at the moment is Sharp to Karapani. Whoa. Making huge money. Then everyone's getting Karaz in. That makes complete sense. Or Bostock to Karapani. Traded out Purdue to Karapani. No, I don't think you do that. Why? Who's doing Purdue to Karapani? I think Purdue could go big in centers against Gold Coast. That's just me, though. So it seems like Karaz is the main guy that everyone's getting in. Only 646, well, not only, but 646 trades going Sharp to Lomax, and then even Sharp to Grant. So that might be a bit of a flex play there. Very interesting to see that. Top 1%, I'm just curious to see, is everyone just getting Karaz in? Some people going Kikau as well. So super, super interesting here. Going to be a great watch. At the moment, Payne Haas still sits at the top of the total points just by 2 points next to Herbie Farnworth, James Tedesco, Terrell May, Hudson Young. That is the unfortunate news there. Lads, ladettes, if we have no more questions, anything else? That is your round 17 team list done. I cannot believe there are 40 of you in here. That is ridiculous. Thank you so much for that. I honestly mean that. 40 people. I've got to go now. My wife is messaging me saying, where are you? What are you doing? I did Sharp to Lomax. Purdue wasn't back in the centers yet. Might explain the trade. Good luck, guys. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you all. My wife is like, hey, can you help with the kid? You've been in the studio for too long. What about Luai for 5'8"? I don't like it, to be honest with you. I think he's got a bit of inflated numbers there. Just quickly, we'll go over the West Tigers. And also he plays Origin, which he could get a call back up for because of the Moses injury. So that could also be iffy as well. But if you did want to take a risk on it, it's going to be... Roosters in round 18, New Zealand away, who are tough away, Gold Coast, then Penrith away, Bulldogs bye. Nope, not doing it. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you so much for supporting the channel once again. Give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, you like what you heard, maybe you like what I did, or you just enjoyed watching, give it a subscribe. Check out my videos that come out every week, and good luck. I hope you see nothing but green arrows, and I'm going to try and break in the top 1K this week. Peace, guys. Take care. Much love. All the best.